Black is back. Hello from the hole. Welcome to my longest video ever. Yes, that's right. We're gonna see what I can do so I'm trying not to curse on my phone here with all the space I got. Before we begin, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers for being with me this long. Yes, you get the point. I'm gonna do like Benedictine the Truth does, those long videos, like all an hour long videos. We are all getting sucked down the toilet. We're just getting just running around. Just try to meditate to this, guys. That's what he says in his videos. You're just supposed to play it while you're sleeping, meditate, put you to sleep, and then wake up and listen to the rest if you missed it. I don't know. We're all in the suction. We're in the suction, guys. We're just spinning around and we never stop. We're dizzy. We're tired of it. We don't want to live like that. We don't want to live in the world where everybody's just struggling to cope, and you keep bringing kids into it because you keep getting diluted, right? You keep diluting everybody to a point where nothing seems to help. They keep diluting people into wanting to have kids, basically. They want you to procreate. They don't want you to not have kids, yeah. Be an anti-natalist and, oh, it's morally wrong. They don't want you to think like that. And this religion is all about just controlling. Okay, I create all this knowingly, and then I'm going to cut everything off, and then, probably bring back when I never should have fell in the first place. It's just build up, just break them down and build them back up, right? It's a scam and it's rigged. It's just all just set up for failure. Now people are going to be like, no, look around, look at all the beauty. The real hell be a place where you don't know it's beautiful. Or that it's hell. I mean, it's obvious there's a lot of beautiful things, but there's still, storm can come and wipe everything out. And then you got to rebuild, just like I was saying just now, right? And it's like, oh, that's a terrible mindset. Well, of course it is. That's why you should change it. Well, how do we change it? Well, you got to change your mindset. You got to stop basing life off a piece of paper. You got to stop making people slaves. Work can get done without it having to be just one person being employed. You got to be their little slave dog. That's all it is. Go fetch, boy. Dog eat dog. I prefer to be a cat, be more independent, where you just gotta fucking climb fences and just laugh at everybody. They're independent, man. The dog just is on a leash. It'd be nice we live in a cat, runaway world. We fucking ran away from all the slobbering dogs that don't give a fuck or don't even know what's going on. Because the dogs that eat and the other dogs that are cute and cuddly and innocent and get eaten by all the fucking dumbass the fucking junkyard dogs and everything. You get my drift. Let me drink my coffee. I'm just gonna keep going until the thing runs out. Hopefully it'll be at least an hour long. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Well, before that happens, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now so we can just spill our guts for the rest of the video. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys again when the time is right. Black Hole loves you all, and I'll be out when the video's over. Yeah. And it's not bye-bye for now. We're just getting started, I say that in all my stuff. And, of course, the weekend is coming up, but it'll be Monday again, and then you gotta look for work, and no one will give you nothing, and then even if you do have work, it'll just be the weekend's over now. We gotta go be a slave again. Gotta earn or keep. You gotta earn your keep. Your parents, living with your parents, right? And you shouldn't be living with your parents. You should be on your own, and nobody should be starving on the street either. I mean, if you got a house, sell the house for equity, if that's what it takes. I mean, it's just sad. A lot of people got good memories and stuff, keepsakes in the house, but no, you gotta sell it. You gotta survive in the world, and that's basically what it is, guys. You're just constantly struggling, and you get all this paperwork and all these, this stuff bottled up in your head that you got to do all this stuff, and you don't really have to be that way, But this is rigged to make people want to procreate and get all sexy and horny and mate and bring more slaves into the system, so we can laugh at your misery and all this stuff behind the scenes that nobody even knows about. Not enough people to do anything about it. God, it's only been 6 minutes. I don't know if I can keep this up for another, oh my God, 55 minutes. I'll try. I got my finger over the thing. I'm not showing my face either. I like it when I just can put my icon on there and don't have to, hold my finger like this. I mean, I could show you. It's just a sunny day. No big deal. Drinking my coffee here. But anyway, guys, we're all gonna be constantly swindled by people thinking that they're better than us and making fun of you in school and all this stuff. School starting up and having to, wait until you gotta make your grades. It's everything about is rigged. I mean, might devote the whole video. It's like, what the hell is there in life that isn't rigged? I mean, you have fun. It's like, now you gotta feel guilty for having fun, or now we just want you to procreate. You go to church, oh, now you feel like a doofus, like, oh yeah, I gotta go work, give us your offering, and yeah, you gotta praise the Lord by being a slave. Oh, you go swimming or something. Oh, we gotta watch out for, just anything. Eat, you gotta watch out for poison. It's just a fear-based society. You can't do anything without having to worry about it. You just live. That's a hell realm, But then you're negative. Yeah, you're negative. I gotta be a therapist. This is my therapy. You don't want to see how I can really get, but no, we don't want to have a world like that. We want to have a world where everybody, you just sit and gripe all you want, but it's still gonna, deal with stuff anyway. Okay, I might have to take a break and put it on pause, guys. I don't know if I can sit here for a whole hour or whatever, just talking without any break or whatever. I think Benedictine does that. He just talks for like 50 more minutes and doesn't stop. No pause and nothing. That's amazing. Guys, I mean, all these YouTubers are Uber. All these YouTubers are amazing. Not Ubers. That's the car company. I couldn't even do that without screwing it up. That was right. That was right when Trump was becoming president. And it's like I couldn't. You're supposed to have bottles of water and everything. Fucking just drive them where they want. You can't get it right the first time. They give you a bad rating and they deactivate you. Can't even. Everything is fucking hassle in this world. You gotta drive all this way to work and commute and everything, and you can't just do everything on the computer. Like I say, the work could easily get done without having so many people. But everything's always about that piece of paper, and now they're going to digitalize everything. AI is going to take everything over, and now people are going to not even have a way to make money unless they sideshow stuff and whatever. All throughout history, people have been slaves. All throughout history, people have always been struggling to keep their head above water. And it shouldn't be that way, but no, it is, and it never will change because people thought, oh, it's normal. This is the way life should be. Yeah. No, it's not. Fuck it again. I don't know what to say other than what I hadn't said before. In fact, this is a rigged Earth. They're all just struggling in, trying to find meaning in. It's just as soon as you think everything's figured out, then something happens and make you feel all crazy again. I don't know, I mean, let's just sit here for a minute. I'm tired. I'm fucking sick and tired of it. It's just sad that you got to get on YouTube here in order to just find ways to make people feel better. And I've even had people say that, no, it's not going to help anything. Well, it does help. It helps me, at least. I don't know how many people out there it's helping, but you can always block people if they're not, open to what you're saying. I do think that everything is typically trying to make you feel lower than any, you know, just lower, and nothing is being elevated. Nothing is. People are just not helping each other. People just don't care, and they just don't want to help each other to be better, and they don't want to strive for living in a world of peace and harmony. They don't want to do these things. They just want to sit in front of a screen and listen to music or whatever. They don't want to change anything. It's just, as long as we have income coming in, we're all going to die anyway. But you gotta look past all this stuff. What is there to look past? You gotta be a slave for a piece of paper and then you die. That's it. And you gotta try to find ways to make yourself feel good while you're doing it. In some way, get motivated. Always get motivated. Keep moving forward. Don't slack off, man. No. Stuff. Yeah, Bible. I mean, you got everything's knowingly created, and then you got the stuff with everything having to be taken out and redone and everything. It just goes to show that it's just rigged and trying to control people, and stuff about being mistakes and having to correct stuff. I mean, nobody's perfect. It's just, why do we gotta live in a world where people are just being judged by skin color or whatever? I mean, it's obvious that it's just, but nobody wants to do anything about it. They got too much work to do. They got more important things to do. Yeah. It's always about just being a slave to a piece of paper. It's sickening. It's hard to even talk about, guys. But as long as we just keep on doing the same thing, nothing's going to change. You're waiting by the phone. You fill stuff out. You go on interviews. You don't get nothing. And even when you do get something, it doesn't pay enough. There's always something I'm worried about. I don't like this. Gotta wait on this. Gotta wait on that. It doesn't matter what it is. It's uncomfortable. It gives you a feeling of you're not in tune with whatever. But no, as long as we keep striving for something, then it'll work out eventually. Yeah, right. That's what people have been saying for hundreds and thousands of years, and it just keeps on happening. The same thing over and over again. Are we gonna ever do anything about this? Are we ever gonna change the world? Because there's all this talk about, oh, it's gonna get better. It never gets better. It gets worse. And people's like, oh, it's just, yeah, oh, what, Seriously, people, I mean, wake up. You just feel like your whole head is caving in, like you don't even know what to say. But hopefully something comes out of your head in some form or another. Because you gotta keep on striving for something, and it never happens. You keep on thinking it's gonna work out, and it doesn't. And then it's like it's your fault. It ain't my fault. I don't remember asking to be here. Oh, but you were in some conscious state and you forgot it because you got to generate this human consciousness. Yeah, whatever, I'll buy that. But still, it's the free will of consciousness. A lot of people think free will doesn't exist. But I still think free will and consciousness are the same thing. It's creating this world. It's these dumbass people on top or whatever that's making it that way. Because there's, we think this way and we see it for what it is, but then they create this money system and everything it's all man-made to fix it to where no one can, it's just, oh, you're going to get shot if you try to do something, It's just, they take every way that they could possibly screw the world up and they put it into action and they fix it to where no one even knows that it's happening. Because we understand what the hell is happening, and we know how the world should be, and we know how there's nothing really we can do about it, and it just pisses us off, right? And we say something about it, there's something wrong with us. They got it fixed to where you can never, ever, ever rise above it. Because there's always going to be some fat cat cunt that are going to be smoking their cigar, drinking their wine, and laughing and giggling in their seat, kicked back in their seat, and just behind closed doors, let's fix that to where, how are we going to fix it to where these people are never going to figure out what the hell's going on, and that are just going to keep bringing kids into the world to be slaves. And people get made fun of because of the way they look or whatever, they talk or whatever, what clothes they wear. And then they have it, fucking follow them for the rest of their life. And it's like, oh, just forget about it. Oh, get over it. And, it's just... When you have a child, you're just dragging them into a hell where they're forced to work and they're forced to be made, they're going to be ridiculed and, they're going to be judged and everything because they don't measure up to other people or whatever. It's all competition. We're all going to die. It's meaningless. It's stupid, but, you say something, it's wrong. It's like every time you try to be right, you may have to be wrong. Every time you're wrong, you may have to be right because it's all about being ahead and being corrupt. But you still want to bring kids here. Why? Well, because it's just a thing to do. Why? Always gotta ask why. Because I just want to. Why? Because I love this woman. Why? And I just do. Does that give you the right to bring a whole nother being into a world like this? Oh, but it's a beautiful world. Yeah, for you, because nothing's ever happened for you your whole life, or things have happened to you, but you still think that, oh, you got to bring somebody here. Because you got to bring your life meaning or something. You got to, continue your legacy or something. Yeah, they're just going to suffer just like you. Why would you want to do that to a child? Why would you want to bring them into a world where they're just going to suffer the same as you? Oh, you're being too negative. You see, you're just making excuses. You know I'm right. No, I don't know you're right. I think that you're a disrespectful little fool that doesn't have any appreciation for the fact that I want to raise somebody and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like it's this big barrier that's against you all the time. You can't say, how things really are, and you can't do nothing without people always being there like, no, this is the way it should be, and always has been, always will be, and yeah. You just go off and play your video games or play with, play hopscotch with your lollipop, and oh my God. You see, the more you go through in your life, the more you begin to realize that this is a fucking rigged system and there's nobody here that's going to come and save us other than ourselves. We got to do it. We can't just sit around and bitch and moan. We got to do something about it. And there ain't nobody doing nothing about nothing other than just going to church every Sunday or just, we got to look at all these shows and stuff. We're going to make ourselves feel good. What about all the people starting on the street? What's happening to them? They're okay with it. Yeah. There are people that, not that I recommend it, they're offing themselves all the time, and they can't stand it anymore, man. I don't blame them. I don't want anybody doing that. It's not a good thing to do. It's just people, this corrupt system. It's ridiculous that, every time I look at people on the street, homeless, like, why are they there? They shouldn't be there. They got it set up, it's like, oh, you shouldn't be like them. Come be our slave, and you won't have to be like them. These people are fucking evil, man. The word lips spelled backwards, evil. They're evil. They make it that way. Hopefully my voice is like, a little thing going off in your head, like you're saying or thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. It's like I play it back and that's me talking. It's like I'm saying it and then I listen to it later, that's me. And yeah, and then you hear it and then I hear it. And it's like the voice of reason, right? It's like something inside of you that's just coming out. Just like these prayer tongues or whatever that I've heard of is just coming out, the knowledge. It just comes when at least you don't have to do it to yourself and you get on here, try to cope. Last time I went through all this crap, the bad, crappy times, I didn't have nothing to cope with. But, there's, other than just, the regular things like TV, and that's not enough. This stuff here is really going to get down to the nitty gritty. I mean, you got to still follow community guidelines. So, hope you say it in ways to where people understand. It's like, yeah, I know what he's really talking about, but he can't say it, otherwise he'll get a channel striked up and fucking strike 3, you're out, black hole, no more channel for you, no soup for you. Yeah, it's always about money. If you don't have money, they won't help you at the hospital. They won't help you. The fire people might help you, but the policemen, they'd fine you. Oh God, you dialed 911, you didn't mean to. You'd fine or whatever. Praying for, they might even send you to jail. Sometimes I think jails would be better than this because at least they feed you and they shower you and they let you go outside and whatever, and you get to sit on your butt in the fucking cell with your mates if they even are not killers or whatever, and they just, yeah, woe is me, and play your harmonica. Well, what, I could live like that, I guess, if I had to. I mean, I don't want to live like that. I kind of feel like I'm doing that now, even if it's a fucking prison and within a prison, a dream within a dream. All this fucking, it's still consciousness. We're still doing a very poor job of helping each other. It's like the rig, they want to cause the suffering, they want to laugh at the suffering. They don't want people to be happy. They don't want people to live for themselves. They want people to live for other people and then swindle them as much as they can. Pay them as little as they can. Make sure they have, insane schedules. Nobody ever goes fucking home unless, nobody can sit down at work. Nobody can eat unless it's this time. Nobody can leave the building. Nobody, blah, 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 blah. Rules, rules, rules. Laws, laws, laws. Regulations, regulations, regulations. Policies, policies, policies. Blah, blah, blah. It's all man-made. All this crap. It was just anything that ever exists in the universe is a creation of consciousness. It's the Bible itself. That's God's consciousness. I am that I am. Even the source of that, even that's conscious. If God isn't aware of himself, how can he exist? How can anything exist unless you're aware of it? Tree falls over in the woods, doesn't make a sound. What if there never was a tree unless someone made the measurement in that vibration system? It's deep stuff, and I definitely recommend these channels that go into this. But no, Black Hole, that's just a money-making scheme, and they're just, everything is just making money. The church is making money. The rest, that's all it is money. But where does the money come from? It's made up too, so it's just, why would you want to do this stuff in order to make the damn money? Because the money is created so that people have the motivation to do the stuff that's already there, because they can't do it for themselves. They've been conditioned so they can live a world of swindling where people swindle each other over a piece of paper that's man-made in the first place. When I just people simply help each other because these evil motherfuckers ruin everything. And you're swindling before you're even born, and you don't even know it, right? Prison called Life just went into this. Of course, there's all the other ones. Life is Over 896, Born a Corrupt System, all these people, so many of them on here, guys, that don't ask me to name them all. Thought Provoker, Meaningless Cycle, Tragic Reality, Javal the Doomer, so many. Red Pill Option, there you go. Many YouTubers on here. Realist Being, oh yeah, that guy's I love that guy. But they're all going in the same concept of the fact that they're just, just basically everybody can be summed up in one word. Just, we see it for what it is, and it's consciousness just fucking with itself. Because that's what it is. It's consciousness. We're just fucking with each other. We should be helping each other, but we're screwing each other. And it's like, why is the world like this? People are doing stuff behind the scenes and nobody even knows about it until it's either too late or whatever. It's never really too late, but people create the illusion of time. People create the illusion of, you got to be at this place at this time, and the space is everything. The size doesn't matter. It matters because of, people make it matter. All this stuff that really doesn't have to matter. They make whatever your reality, your mind makes it real. The rabbit hole matrix, right? But it's as we go to sleep and we're tired of listening to the lady under the tree reciting or whatever, and we go to sleep down the hole, and then we go on all this stuff where it's just corruption of another version of the world, silly system, Tweedledum, Tweedledee, who goes by the boat, and you draw out of the house. Eventually, you have your tea party, and the treasure cat leaves you the queen that wants to cut your head off because you paint the roses red and you deck of cards and all this stuff. It's just obviously representing the mind of the conscious being, a regulated system of gambling and just chance and just pure imagination. Imagination, a nation of magicians, right? Imagination, right? Bet you are, yeah. And yeah, it's just all the experiences. All I can say that throughout life, that's all there is experiences. That's all it is, guys, is experiences. You have your experience. Eventually, you move to another experience, and then you try to, you all just one experience all at once, and you don't realize it because it's just, you think that it's a linear fashion when everything changes at every given moment. That's all right here and now, because there is no past and future until everything is always changing all the time with the way you consciously perceive the so-called universe around you, which is actually within. Maybe it's just a projection. Maybe it's outward. You're just looking outward, and you're actually looking into nothing, vastly nothing. But that doesn't mean it isn't real, because your mind makes it real. And the mind, when the mind goes, what's left? We're not our minds. We're the consciousness behind the mind. There's a greater mind beyond this mind. That's just, that's just your mind. Your brain is meat. It decays. Just like it says, you're in your house. The house blows over, you get out and walk away. You're aware of yourself that exists, and so now that's why you're still here, right? You can still be perceived by yourself, and people can plant ideas in other people's brains, and that's why the world's the way it is. Everybody's, people believe anything. And there's this system, like, oh, you got to be this certain way. Yeah, because you've been indoctrinated. You've been conditioned, and, you've been made to feel that way your whole life. And think that way your whole life. And there's so much beyond that. There's so much beyond your thoughts and your emotions. We're not our bodies. We're not this physical experience. We're just perceiving ourselves that way. Because you need a physical body to explore the physical world. You need a mind to explore the mental, the astral body, to explore the emotional realm, the mental body, explore the mental realm. Everything is just one great consciousness with different vehicles of consciousness. And we all exist on a multi-dimensional reality, a chessboard, whatever you want to call it. And we're only aware of one level of the game. But most people say, no, screw that. This is one life, and this is it. And fine, you're entitled to think that way. And why? Because everybody's entitled to think what they want to think. I'm not anyone. Who am I to tell you you should think? That people are trying to do that all over the place. You need to think this way. You need to think that way. In reality, everybody has a mind of their own, and everybody's minds and emotions and imagination, everything is just clashing with each other. There's always going to be fighting. There's always going to be wars. What are the four main things that happen here? Death, disease, starvation, and war that I've heard of that. Death isn't necessary in a higher realm, moving back inward. The energy. Disease isn't, that's an imbalance of consciousness. The COVID thing is all scammed, planned anyway. Starvation isn't necessary. You don't need a crystallized biological body to feed anymore in this rule set, this particular system. There could be multi systems everywhere. People, other alien planets, they'd probably be laughing at us, of course. And the war, there's no need for war. Everybody thinks alike. None of these things exist in the high realms. Oh, God, if I can, it's not that deep. People make things way more complicated than they have to be. I could go on forever about this stuff, but it just goes to show that people are just waiting for things to either go wrong, or people are finding ways to make them go wrong. Nothing can ever just exist and just thrive and be happy in the abundance that's already been bestowed upon us by God or I am consciousness, whatever. God doesn't want us to suffer, but we're creating all the suffering because we use our free will to go against them. It's really that simple. People are making things, Occam's razor, the simplest explanation tends to be the right one. People think making things way more difficult than they have to be. If any of you guys are still there, congratulations, because you're about halfway through this thing. I don't know how long. I'll just keep doing it until it gives out or whatever. Hopefully it's at least an hour. Drink some more coffee. Let's breathe with me. In and out. Let's do that for a second, guys. This world is rigged. This world is set up for you to fail. The only thing I want you to take from this content is that, the knowledge that it is that way, and there should be more people that think like us to overthrow the system. Because the system is man-made. Why can't we make a system that's better than that? Why not? Well, and why not? I think we can do it wherever we want. We can create whatever we want. Everything exists in the world that once was an imagination, something that, below the surface of this realm. And people, everybody thinking different, creating all these ways of living, clashing with each other. Nobody can agree. So the only way to go is set up a system where people just go be a slave for a piece of paper. Everybody has to do it whether they like it or not. Make all these stimulus to bring children into that world. And then just simplify all that crap, all that spiritual stuff. Who gives a fuck? Let's make it a system where you just go be a slave your whole life and don't even realize you're a slave. Yeah, go to school for 20 years. Yeah, you get a job. Screw all that spiritual crap. It's not going to help you in life. You go to work, make money. That's it, man. Why you gonna come? Why all this spiritual nonsense, man? What is he talking about? Fuck that. He's just rambling on like a damn fool. He's trying to make himself famous. He's trying to make monetize or whatever, man. He wants more subscribers, man. He wonders why the hell anybody would actually still be listening to him babbling on like a fool in a chair sitting with the sun in August 2025, fucking drinking coffee. School about to start, and that weekend coming up, and just trying to make himself feel better. Heaven forbid other people. No, he only wants to make himself feel better. He doesn't want to make other people feel better. Screw other people. Get off. Get off this channel. Get off my channel. I don't want you here. I'm gonna break the community guidelines and just moon you before you won't see it. You can imagine me doing it, because then I don't want to have my channel taken off, but I'll just do it without you seeing it, and then I can get away with it, because that's all it is, people getting away with stuff, guys. You haven't figured out I'm just kidding around, but no, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm kidding about kidding. I don't want to fucking... I don't want my channel to be taken down. This channel's all I got, man. I gotta have it so that I can be motivated to eventually go be a slave again, and we're all gonna die. And no. I don't. Before that happens, I need to make sure I continue my legacy. I need to make sure I bring more children into the world so they can, experience what I've experienced, man. And all these people experiencing. Hey, look at all the stuff they experience in life, man. I need to bring somebody into that. I need to bring children. I need to have 1 million children come out of some mother's womb so I can just say, look what I did. Yay. Now they can continue my legacy and bloodline, and they can have children, and more and more and more. So many people on the planet. There's nobody, there's no room. We got to live on the moon or Mars or Venus. You got to fix the environment. Take a spaceship. It's like years. Like I've heard, 4 years to get to Mars in a spaceship or whatever. Because there's no more building up and everything with the AI and stuff. We don't have no room on Earth anymore. We got to go to other planets now. We got to find ways to teleport people to other planets and rule the universe. And there's children everywhere, so they can always be slaves to a piece of paper until death. Millions and billions and quadrillions of children all throughout the universe. But then we don't realize where the children are coming from. Is this to be on this realm, or are we forcing them here out of a multi-universe so you'll be a slave in this one dense plane that we think is so vast when it's really nothing? No, this is all there is, man. This is center of the universe, and everything else is balderdash. And when it's just always just this great God, and you're just laughing at us why we can't come back to him on the outer edge of the universe where there's hardly nothing here other than dense so-called matter that doesn't matter. And it's all this holographic illusion created by the double slit experiments. Like it's a wave when you look, when you don't look. It's a particle when you look. It's it's just, what am I? It's like it's all just a manifestation of consciousness. It's just, what in the hell is black hole talking about? I'm just rambling on. I want to give you guys a big ass long video. I've wanted to do that for a while. But it's just it's a learning lab. It's a playground, a playpen of consciousness. It's not even a daycare. It's more like a nursery, preschool of consciousness. We're just children beginning our journey, right? Because we don't know who we are as sentient beings beyond this realm. Got to have a human experience to help us with that. Or maybe we already knew that, but we're just bored spiritually. Or maybe the world could be better, period, and we're just tired of sitting in the tub and we want to get out and explore for a little bit with a towel around our waist and hope we don't freeze to death before we get back in again. Because we're just, the water's too hot. We got to get out and have an experience and then get back in the water. Man, it's cold out there. I want to get back in a nice comfy tub again. I forgot how rough it can be out there. I don't want to get burned to death. Yeah. It's windy, you don't want to get blown away. Too much conscious idealism. And too many things that can sway you into a wrong way of life and free will consciousness that go both ways, right? And we're getting flushed down the toilet. We're in the whirlwind again, trying to wash us away out. And we go back into being nice and clean spirits again, and get tired of being washed around in the outer part. I don't know. Got to get our feet on the ground again. Once our feet have been on the ground long enough, we got to go swimming again. We're tired of walking. We want to go swimming. We're flying. We need to go flying for a while, and then we need to just sit and rest again. Screw it. Screw flying. I'm tired of flying. I'm tired of pretending like, everything's trying to destroy me. You get in the water, put out fire. Because that's kind of where we are as spiritual beings, and it's like, the ego gets in the way. You're drowning. You got to go and drain some water, go out for a walk again until you can get back in again. We're just getting washed away. But you can look at it however you want. There's so many analytical ways to look at the way the life is and the way the world is. People are always going to be stumbling over each other and trying to trip into something to hope they don't bust their brains out. They got to start all over again. Because if we exist beyond this realm, it doesn't really matter what the hell happens here. Because we're still going to exist beyond this world. So screw this world. Fuck this world. I don't want to live in a world where people just can't love and help each other. Cause, that's corny. Well, of course it is to you, because you're a motherfucking idiot who likes to swindle people. Fucking Jesus standing there, everybody wanting to kill him, and it's like, oh, look, I'm eternal after all, and you can be just like me, right? But still, everything is just set up for you to try to find your way back to being, from an idiot, because you're not wanting to be the sentient being that you always have been and always will be. Jesus like the second Adam, right? You're Adam's apple, so you have the throat to speak more words like this, so you can talk to people and try to get through to them, and they can shake their head and think you're an idiot, or they can say, yeah, man, you're awesome, Black Hole. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just another guy with a phone and talking and speaking whatever comes into my head, and hopefully I don't say too much or I get my channel taken down. But then again, there's always going to be those people that are going to be like, oh, you're weird, and I can always block them or ban them or whatever. That's okay. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm fine, but it's just not worth putting somebody down. But people like it and take pleasure in it, and then they got to pay for it for the rest of their lives because they had to go too far. But you never really can go too far, because pretty much everything is made up, and that doesn't mean it isn't real, because your mind makes it real. It always comes back to the simple I am consciousness, everything. No matter what you ask why, it's like, oh, I just want it this way, and people choose whether to be good or evil, right? Whether or not they want to find their way back, or they just want to stay in the tub and be happy. And it just, people get bored just sitting in the tub, so they make this little show so they can have some fun. It's just you get tired of staring at a blank screen and sitting in the water. You feel like, oh, I'm this boring. Let's create some havoc, illusionary havoc, the illusion of being one amongst many. Eventually we just be like, yeah, that was fun. Now, whether everything is just something controlling everything. Well, it's probably the consciousness that you are behind the scenes, because you're bored. You're bored. And you create all this stuff so you have a show to watch, something to play with. Because it all fits, everything just simply being I am one great consciousness, and everything else is just a manifestation extension of that, interacting with itself. What else could it be, guys? What else explains the fact for us to be here in this world? This matrix. You go through the hole and you find something on the other side, and it's the consciousness that you always have been. There's nothing else beyond that. Well, where does that come from? It just is. Well, how can something just exist? That's a paradox. It just, that's the paradox. It just is. The light gets sucked in the hole, and it gets either spit out, or just you never see it again. It goes somewhere that none really other venture unless they go through it. You can only show you the door. You have to walk through it. You got to know yourself, right? How many people are even realizing that they're awake? They're even aware that they exist. It's one thing to exist, and it's another thing to be aware that you exist. Okay, I'm gonna have some coffee. Go ahead and breathe again for another minute, guys. Everything is always trying to regulate itself. You go to sleep, you wake up, it's like you're washing yourself out, and you just recharging yourself like a battery, because that's what we all are, is batteries. We just keep going and going and going. The Energizer Bunny just, dump, 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 dump. Bunny, the bunny can be eaten by anything, I've heard it said. Animals eating each other. You're a bunny, then you get, just, Easter eggs. You got to, I think that's why somebody put an egg on my live yesterday. What is that, an Easter egg or something? Whoever that was. It's like, now I know why you put that on my chat. Because it's like, oh, you're like, it's like an Easter egg, a bunny rabbit, whatever. I don't know what the hell it was. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Maybe it was just, how the chicken was created from the consciousness and created the egg. How could an egg just exist without, the consciousness creates everything? I mean, neither of them came first. They both came at the same time. There was a thought and it manifests. There's a chicken and the egg. Why would you think of an egg first? I would think of a chicken first if I were you. I mean, maybe it was both. Who knows? A chicken and then the egg, is a result of that. It's a function of the rules said. Everything we don't create in the universe, we don't even know we're doing it. I mean, what the fuck? But it's just, everything just, goes beyond the brain. All these things that go beyond human understanding. The mind can't fathom all this stuff. You got to go beyond the mind. That's why people do these things in their waking lives, because they want to make sure that they're doing something to occupy the mind. Want to play solitaire, want to watch movies, they play games, go play walk, It's all about just coping and, keeping the mind occupied, because it gets boring. That's all it is. Like I keep saying, you're just bored. You're tired of being in this long boredom of listening to this video, for instance, as an example. It's like, okay, I want to say screw black holes and go listen to somebody else here. There are all these other people to listen to on YouTube. Why am I listening to this idiot talk for like all this time, just rambling about a bunch of stuff that I probably don't even know what the hell he's saying? I don't know, because you choose to, because we all make a choice. Anybody who is still listening, I love you guys. I love you more than you'll ever know. Or it's like, more than I'll ever know. If somebody says I love you, and then I say I love you more, right? Like Michael Jackson used to say that. He's like, oh, he's just going to change his appearance, right? I'm going to make myself look this way because I choose to. I make the choice to do it. We're all making choices, man. When you may complicate things, it's always about free will, man. It's like free will is an illusion. Of course it's an illusion, because you think it's an illusion. You have the free will to think it's an illusion. Everything is consciousness and free will, man. It doesn't matter what you think. Go both ways. Or create a malicious environment or a nice environment. It's all, you have the choice to believe what you want to believe. You have the choice to say black hole's an idiot. I don't want to ever listen to this guy again. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You have the choice to say, yeah, black hole, you're right. Everything is consciousness and free will, and we have the choice. Yeah. You see? Doesn't matter where I say it. It doesn't matter where Bohr in the Krebs system said it. It doesn't matter if Life is Already 96 says it. We're still consciousness, man. It doesn't matter if Jesus says it. Doesn't matter if God says it. Doesn't matter if your parents say it. It doesn't matter if Mortimer says it. We're still consciousness, man. And we're still creating a very malicious reality that's based off of linear time concept, all this stuff we make up in money, and time is money. It's fucking is bullshit. It's all because you're gonna wake up later and you'll be in a totally different mindset than you're in, if you're even still alive, And I don't recommend everybody trying to off themselves. It's the last thing you want. I mean, I want to do that too, and I'm still here. I mean, I know what it's like to go around and feel like you just fuck the mind and fuck these voices in your head. And I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like. And then you just fucking eventually, hopefully, find ways to cope. This is a wonderful platform to do that on. You guys want to start a channel, it's easy. Just put in your information. Because that's how we identify ourselves. We don't want to have an identity theft, because then we can't get it back, man. It's just all lost forever. I don't think anything is ever really lost, but in this dense realm, you got to deal with all this information and crap. None of it, it's all made up anyway, guys. Our bodies are made up. That doesn't mean it isn't real. It's very real, but everything is information. It's just conscious information. You call it whatever you want. Because nothing exists without consciousness. Excuse me. Anyway, guys, Tell me what you guys want me to talk about and what's on your mind, guys, because there's so many things to discuss in this world, it's positive or negative, which is all just, good or bad. It's always about how you look at it and what you're going through. We're all going through crap, and we're all going through nice stuff too to cope with it, because there wouldn't be need to cope if everything was nice. And it's consciousness, it's free will. It's always going to be, light and dark, and the tornado is going to be blowing with the hot and cold air, and it always destroys something. And you got to rebuild. We're all just constantly swirling around in a whirlpool of doubt and shame and all this just consciousness itself. And the idea is to maybe just shut up and say I am that I am, and just meditate on just that, and stop trying to move to something that you'll never reach, or something that may not even really be there. And I think that's pretty good advice. But at the same time, it's always the same stuff. You say the same thing, just in a different way. It's the same crap, different day. You're just always going to be something to mess with. These people are always going to be bending this so-called truth to whatever they think their perspective of it is. Anything to motivate themselves to even get out of bed in the morning and keep walking down the street. Hopefully they don't fall flat on their nose and have a nosebleed. That would hurt. Earthquake. Always about trying to win approval. It's always about trying to make sure that other people are not afraid of you, and they think that you're worthy of living in their society or whatever. At the same time, you got to realize that most of the time it's just about just getting people to do what they want, just reverse psychology. Everything about this world points to being hell, because it's always about just looking out for yourself and, acting like you care. Do you love them, or do you just love how you feel about them? You never really can be outside of yourself or outside of consciousness. If there is anything outside of consciousness, or the console, or the server, or the video game, or whatever, with everything popping out in the background so fast, like in a game, like you don't realize it, and what's controlling the joystick, then we're not meant to know that. It's just we're the server. We're in the server, and we're the consciousness that's playing the game. These avatars. And so we go to sleep at night. Where are you going? That's kind of where everything, just the beginning. Everything is right here and now. It always has been, always will be. There's nothing outside of us. We're it. It is us. When we evolved, it evolves, right? But then again, that's nonsense. Of course it's nonsense, because you believe it to be nonsense. Keyword belief. When you believe something, you anchor yourself. You got to get up and you got to go be a slave. You got to put everything that's truth or whatever about you, and just so you can do the same repetitive movements every day, and be on call or whatever. And that's a hell realm, because you just, because you're forced to do things you don't want to do. And it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You should be able to be who you want to be with. Nobody should be judged for skin color or whatever. And that's just everything that shouldn't be is, and everything is isn't. Just like in Alice in Wonderland. If I had a world, I would live in a world where everything that isn't is, and everything that is isn't. And my world would be a wonderland all without. Dinah, what was a cat named? Dinah? Whatever. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. You take the blue pill, you can just say screw it and go be another sheep in the herd. Slave, robot, marionette slave, sheep in the herd. Puppet, marionette slave, sleep in the herd. Robot, whatever. AI taking everything over. Eventually, we live in a world where everybody is just having to scrape together, because the robots will be doing everything. They're just do everything they can to make this world as much of a scam as it can possibly be. And much of a delusion, as much of a, how you say it, it's just a scam. It's just they're going to make it to where nobody ever really sees anything other than, bastard in their nose, and everyone's just always going to be reaching for something that's, chasing this money, and it's never going to actually get it. The carrot in front of the horse, and never get it. They know it. They've scammed it this way. It's been this way, and it always has been, always will be. And the only way is to just simply you say screw the world and not have a kid. I'm not going to subject anybody to this, because I see what's really going on. Because I'd rather stay in Wonderland, where I was all along. Go, stay down the hole. I don't want to wake up into this world where I got to recite this and cite that under the tree. Right? Where have you been? Alice, Alice, wake up. You know? Recite the whatever. She was sitting on her face. I don't remember. For goodness sake, Alice. Yeah. Let's go have some lemonade. Yeah, I love lemonade. Set up a lemonade stand. That's about the only thing people are going to be able to do if things continue as they are. Anyway, guys, before I say something really stupid, I might just leave it at that and just let the camera run out. You guys can just use the rest of the time to meditate. I don't really know what else to say at this point. So yeah, just appreciate you guys sticking with me this long and listening to the whole video. If anybody has been listening to the whole video, if I think anything else to say, I'll say it. But for now, that's pretty much it. And yeah, you guys can just meditate for the rest of the video. And yeah, peace. Bye-bye for now. Love you. And hang in there, guys. And hang out while you're doing it. And just fuck anything that goes against whatever you think you are as consciousness. You fuck it. This world is a scam that has been brought forth by the evil motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about your well-being, and they make it that way on purpose so that you'll go through life always struggling to find something that you don't realize you already have because you have been bamboozled and swindled into thinking that you don't have it, and you gotta go get it. You gotta do all these things that you don't give a fuck about. There's always gonna be somebody standing there that's gonna like, why are you like that? What are you doing? Why you act like that? Why you think like that? And I don't know, because I just been thought to make it that way. Why? Well, I don't know. Why not? Yeah, but we're doing this over here, man. We're doing this over here. You need to come and be like us, man. What if I don't want to do that? Well, then you're weird. We don't like you. Good, fine. Oh, but I want to be like you. Well, too bad. You don't wear what we want. You don't speak the way we want. Look at all the people living on the street. Ooh, why don't we help them? No, they gotta earn their keep, man. They were born the biggest. Oh, it's so tragic that they were born. Now they don't have the ability to take care of themselves. It's not like we got millions and billions that we could easily help. No. They got to earn the keep. 5 cents is a million to them. While we have all this that we don't do nothing with. And you need to have the charities to set up. We need to have the charities. You're flashing on your phone day to day, help the kids. Every time you're trying to listen to YouTube videos and there's the thing, oh, you need to feed the children. I can't do nothing, motherfucker. I can't do nothing. I can't even afford myself. I'm trying to listen to these videos about people that see life for what it is. And then that makes me in the wrong for being disrespectful, for not just shutting up and going with it. I can't think, I can't blink. Can I blink? Is there anything I can do without it being wrong? I gotta sit and watch all this stuff I don't give a hoot about, so my parents will think I'm a good kid or whatever. Gotta eat dinner, even though I'm watching news about people having their heads blown off. It doesn't matter. You just eat your dinner, another day, wake up, yeah. Here we go, another day, love. Kiss, go be a slave, and then come home and eat dinner so we can watch the people, and then suffering again, and then we'll watch our Dragnet or whatever, Family Feud or whatever. Oh my God, anything that comes on, it looks interesting to our, the menu, the guide or whatever. Go to sleep and wake up and do the same thing over and over and over again. This rabbit hole matrix that we don't even realize is there because we're just going through the hole, and we don't even, it's so dark we can see where we're going. We know where we're going, but we don't know where we're going to, and we don't know how. I don't know. But at least as long as we have some kind of light in our head, we might make it to something that we don't even know how we started going to, and we remember, and we don't even know when the hell and how and where we're going, who, what, when, where, what, how. We don't know. But when we say we don't know, it's like we're closing ourselves off. So we got to say, oh, we do know, and it's God, and we're just gonna just go and have a conscious experience, man. And it's just whatever the outcome is, it doesn't matter. It's for our better, because there's always going to be something to help us, man. No matter what, there's always going to be something there to help us, even if there isn't. We'll make it. We'll make it, man. Everything's going to work out. We don't got nothing to worry about. Why we got to be so dramatic? Why can't we just be comedian? Life's a comedy. Everybody's a comedian, man. Comedy, ha ha ha. Like fucking tomatoes in the face, man. Slip and fall on your butt. And yeah, let's throw the cigar butts on the stage, man. Oh my God, you're so funny. Throw roses, everything, man. Now you go backstage, it's like, yeah, that was cool. You can have 5 cents for that. Now you got to do it again in 5 minutes. People, coming every day, coming in to see the show, and then here comes another group to come in and see the show. They act like they care, but they're just, tantalizing themselves. And even if they do really care, they can't get like that, because that's all you're weird for caring so much. We love you so much. Well, you brought me in the world, and you took care of me, so you must love me. Even though I don't remember asking to be here, and if I did, it just doesn't matter anymore, because I'm here, and we die, it doesn't matter, because nothing ever really matters, but we got to act like it matters, because saying that it doesn't matter, it's a bad attitude, man. Why you got to act like that? Why you got to think like that? Let's all just hold hands and sing songs and act like life's great. La la la, dee dee dee. I gotta go work now. I don't have time to sing songs right now. I don't have time to go swimming right now. I had the chance before I was born. Right now I gotta do it. Gotta go and earn my keep on this earth before I die. Gotta show that I'm worth something. I gotta make people think that I'm actually worth something. I gotta think that I gotta find my place in life. I don't want to make anybody think that, oh Jesus fuck, I'm just some dumbass who just likes to just be lazy all the time. No, I don't want to be lazy. I want to be productive. I want to show people what I'm worth. I want to make sure that everybody gets this, the fill from me, that I show that I'm here and I am grateful to be here. And if I don't do that, then I don't deserve nothing, man. I don't deserve. That's wrong. It's fucked up. It's stupid. Dude, no, we can't have that. That's don't you understand that everybody has to earn their keep, man? Everybody has to earn the keep, man. Everybody has to find their own ways of living life. Everybody has to make sure that nobody thinks ill will of them. Everybody has to make sure that they wake up every day with a smile on their face, and they're just wanting to go off and be somebody who's just happy and productive. If you don't do that, then there's something wrong with you, and we need to go to a therapist. Sit down. What is the problem today, sir? Is there something that's going on in your life? Well, I get up every day and I just feel so empty inside. Could this be something to do with an earlier childhood trauma or something? Kids did make fun of me. Well, why did they think they made fun of me? Well, I don't know, because I was different. How are you different? Oh, I kind of talk weird. Why do you do that? Oh, because I just felt like it. Well, do you think that there's something against, you got to do this for that? I just feel, our session is up. I hope we meet again. Give me $100, if not more than that. It's the same thing. It's like, like that. The reason we do this in the first place, because we're trying to keep a level head so we can go and be a slave some more. And there wouldn't be a need for that if we already were level-headed. The world likes to mess with us. The Matrix will always, as long as we're plugged into it, ignorance is bliss, man. If we got ignorance, then we don't have to worry about all these thoughts and emotions and everything. We already got everything that we need, man. Everything that we're looking for. We're not starving to death. We're not out of shape. We got it, man. It's a spiritual level. We don't care about what's happening in the physical anymore, man. That's not relevant. We're all going to die anyway. Who gives a fuck? The moment you start to give a fuck, man, you've lost the game. You've lost the war. And then, but then you're lazy. Well, good. I'd rather be lazy than somebody who's struggling for something they'll never get. It's always about love and kindness, right? It's never about how somebody really feels. It's about how somebody else feels. what we can do for them. And if we can't do that, then there's something wrong. Yeah. You gotta fix it to where somebody does this to somebody else. You gotta fix it to where other people have what they need. We gotta fix it to where some people don't have to ask for help. Why should they have to ask for help? You gotta just give them the help, man. Get on YouTube, make a channel like me. Look at me, I'm doing it. If I can do it, you can do it, man. Why aren't you making channels and stuff? Are you afraid I might suck you up too much or something? Are you afraid that I might be offended because you actually want to help people out just like me? Why can't we all just, oh, no, we can't do that. We got to help each other. The mind, the ego has been set up this way, man. We got to find other ways to deal with stuff. We can't deal with the way that we want to deal with it. We got to deal with the way other people want us to deal with it. I'm always start thinking for ourselves. You're selfish. No, God, you're a selfish person. Selfish. Look at what I'm doing. Why can't you be like me? Why do you got to be like that? I don't want to be like that. And if I don't want to be like that, you shouldn't be like that. I can just go on a picnic, man. Let's go on a picnic. I don't want to go on a picnic. Well, then you're a spoiled sport. Party pooper. Maybe I just don't want to go on a picnic. Maybe I don't want to do these things, man. Well, then you're not part of the group, so you're weird. We don't like you. Even though we decided in the first place that we'd go on a picnic out of blue, and the blue sky fell out of nowhere. The goddamn light fell off. We must be encased in some dome or something. We're all just actors on a stage. We don't even know it, other than one person that doesn't know it, right? Truman. Oh. No, there's just one life, and that's it, and you die. We don't live any further than this. This is it. We die. No more video. Whenever the hell it decides to run out. Now, this world is it, man. If you can't accept that, you're not a man. You're not a woman. You don't deserve to bring kids into being a slave into that world. You don't deserve to have any of these experiences because you don't earn your keep, man. You don't deserve you fucking anybody who's still listening to this. I mean, bravo. I mean. I'm actually acting like I'm talking to somebody here. There's nobody here on my phone. It's just me and my phone, man. There's nobody can hear this. I'm the only one here. It's just some voice in my head telling me that there's actually somebody listening to this. It's my consciousness. I'm the God of the universe, and I created all this because I'm aware of it. So therefore, I say that the world should change, and it ain't changing, man. So what is that? I guess other people out there must have free will as well. Otherwise, it's just I die and that's it. That's just all an illusion, man. What's the point? I don't give a fuck. But I should give a fuck. Okay, I'll act like I give a fuck because it feels good. It resonates with it resonates, man. Resonation. I resign from not resonating. I want a raisin. It's a prune. It's a plum that's pruned up. I'm gonna have some raisins. I love raisins. I'm gonna go see that raisin lady. The bonnet girl. How you doing? Can I have some raisins? Oh God. The people are coming after me like in The Godfather, shooting me up. Papa, why did you bring me in this world? I guess I'll have to be Godfather now. No, it's that other guy. My other guy. He's older than me. Yeah. Someone's got to rule the world. It might as well be me. Yeah. I want to rule the world, man. I want to spin the world around like a top and wait until it's fucking clap, and then I'll know if I'm in a dream or not. It fell over. I guess that means I'm dreaming. I'm not dreaming. What a wonderful world that we live in. So many wonderful, abundant things to enjoy. Too bad we gotta go to work because we don't have time to enjoy it. Time is money. We gotta make money in order to be able to enjoy the stuff that's already here before. No, without money we can't do nothing, man. Money. You gotta have money to live in this world. You gotta give it to your neighbor. I just saw my neighbor just now walking by. Had to pause the video. Gotta have the money, man. Money. What's an EMA? I'm just seeing how fucking long the thing goes here, man. Gotta keep trying for something. Gotta keep chasing something. Gotta keep moving forward. Gotta keep looking for something that we never get. We wake up the next day and it just starts all over again. We gotta build on stuff. We gotta break down and build up. Break down and build up. Keep striving until there's nothing left to strive for, and then we gotta make other things to strive for. If we're not striving for something, then we're not striving for anything. You know? So where's the meaning in that? We got to create the meaning. We got to create all this stuff, everything. Created the consciousness, created everything. But until we realize that, it's like no, it's just here, and we're just got to deal with it. Of course, we just feel we got to deal with it because we're making it that way. You fucking gotta go to work. You're employed now. Now you can make money and actually live your life. Good job. We're going to hire you. Now you can actually live your life. Good job, you know. Now everybody else get out of here. We don't need you. Go off and starve, man. That's the attitude. Something stupid. Throwing out the trash, man. Throwing the trash out. Always throwing something out. So we got to throw this out. We got to throw that out. Don't worry about it. It'll all come back. We got to recycle it. Recycle it in time. You know, time is money. Eventually, everything comes around. Eventually, man. You got to make things more dramatic than they have to be. Why can't everything just be a comedy and just laugh at everything? Laugh at the stupidity of everybody, or at least people acting to be stupid so they have money thrown at them. You don't want to actually be stupid. That's disgraceful. No, we're smart people. Well, if we're so smart, then why are people suffering? Well, because they don't know how to earn their keep, man. Why not? Oh, because I say so. And they just, why don't you help them? No, they need to do it. How? Everything's based off of money. How, man? I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure something out. Yeah, you corrupt bastard. Ooh, you're so disrespectful. Yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it? We're going to send you in prison. We're going to fix it to where you never can see the light of day again. What else is new? I'm always crawling through something. I keep waiting to come out the other side. Something, and it never happens. So why am I even, why do I do anything? I don't know. Oh, but I shouldn't say that. I should say, oh, I do know. I know everything. Well, then, if I know everything, then why don't I do everything? Because there's limits. You can't just do whatever you want in life. There's rules in life. You need structure and discipline. Yeah. American Beauty. Yeah. Oh my God. I hate this stupid world, guys. This stupid, dumbass world that we live in. Why can't we just help each other? No. Nope. You gotta make it. You gotta do your own thing. You gotta keep up appearances. Yeah, that's great. I love that. Even though I don't really give a fuck about it, I'm gonna say it's great so that you'll think I'm being respectful and whatever. Can't just kick back and love each other and help each other, period. No, that's lame and silly. That's corny, man. I don't want your cooties. How the fuck long is this thing now? An hour and 10 minutes? And I'm still going? Oh, look at all the room I got. Yay! I just want to make a monster video for you guys, and you guys deserve it. Been wanting to do this for a while. Hopefully it'll be uploaded within the hour. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not yapping until the thing runs out, man.